Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X today. I always get on YouTube. My introduction always, what the fuck is this? Gets cut off. I just updated Writer, and I guess it has a bunch of plugins turned on. I thought everything was turned off, but I went through and unchecked them all, and then yeah, here it is. React and YAML. So I guess I'm just stuck with that stuff. I'll have to figure out how to get rid of all those plugins because I don't want all that crap. Naming convention, open solution, updated accordingly. I think I already changed those. I think I already updated them. We'll see how it goes. The camel case is weird. Anyways, 2D4X, what the fuck is it? It is a strategy game that I'm working on. It's inspired by Paradox games like Crusader Kings and Dominions, which is not a Paradox game. But it's post-apocalyptic. It's going to take place in North America. Right now, we only have these 7 counties. And today, we're actually going to be working on war stuff. I also remembered I added a couple of things here. Well, one thing. We've got to say what time it is over here in game time. We have a timestamp. We also have to save this time because that is important. And otherwise, it would set back to day 0 every time you loaded the game. And we're not quite back to the saving games thing yet. We got to do this last part of this diplomacy, and it's more war than diplomacy. But the idea is that currently, which we should probably test it here. I did load a save game. We got to declare war. We're going to declare war on 2. And we'll see if we get any errors here. You know, I always feel like when the last stream, a lot of times there's no bugs. Then when I come back, there is a bug because I tested it a different way. Anyways, we're attacking into here. Things are a little slow. Let's speed it up time. So we have it set so we always win. So this guy's going to go back. So this was a defender. It's automatically spawned when we declare war. This guy's going to go here, and we've won. And the problem is now there's 2 guys here, and I've never done any code. There's no code written for that. What happens if there's 2 dudes to defend against? So we're only going to fight 1, and then we take the county, and it just ignores the other guy. See, and he's still here. Oh, yeah, we made these things. And we also aren't taking account his subordinates. Average morale is 200. It's impossible. I think we got a problem there. I think it's adding them together instead of getting the average. So basically what we need to do is we need to update this combat so that it actually goes through and every hour it does like an attack and a defense roll. Because also, what if we spawn, and this is another thing we haven't done. We haven't actually tested this really, but let's say we turn this person into an aide and we move them into here to fight. What happens then, you know? Oh, look, they're attacking that last person. Anyways, we have to figure that out so that, like, if you're attacking from 2 parts with 2 different armies, we have to have that all check, and it needs to check like once an hour for reinforcements or whatever. So that's what we're going to do today. One of the things I wanted to look at because I was thinking about it right before I started streaming. Oh shit, I gotta click this button over here. Forgot. This one. One of the things that we gotta do today is look at how that works because I don't actually remember. I'm probably gonna move around some code too. We're gonna have some permanent combat logs eventually. That's what that is. Oh look, it did the thing. Oh, and it again. It makes me want to get rid of these export groups because I got to fix that every fucking time. Every time it moves them up. There's probably some setting I could change. So let's see here. This is for the battle control, which is an actual thing you can click on here and you can bring this up. I don't really like how this works. For some reason, you can't scroll. The scroll wheel doesn't work. You got to manually drag it. Looks like it's also got a bug because it shouldn't see plus. So we'll have to fix that too. Maybe I'll put a note in. Yeah, I will put a note in. Fix combat logs. What are we? No, battle control. Battle control text. I like having issues that we can mark off, even if I just put them in there. Move to top. So we're going to have to change that when we do this multiple thing. It's going to have to all change anyways. But one of the things I wanted to look at was how combat's currently working, because I was thinking it was taking morale damage, and I remember there was a note that said something about they don't heal when they're in combat, and I was like, are they fighting? Are they taking damage? So let's see. This is going to go to here. I hope I didn't tie it to the battle control, because that's just for the player. County captured is in the battle control. This should be in the county dictator. Oh, we go to the county dictator. Oh, and it has a captured county. And then I have another one that's called county captured. And then this one's called captured county. Okay. Start battle. What does this thing do? How could any of the tokens ever be equal to null? I don't know. This is the attacker's army. This is the defender's army. So it looks to me like what I did here was, this is some pretty old code. We subscribe to the hourly change. We show this battle control. Is that even working? Is the battle control something different than what I'm thinking? I bet you it is. The battle control is probably this little thing. But this all needs to be moved around too. But let's look at what this battle control is. Battle log control. I'm usually pretty good about naming stuff though. Yeah, that's the battle log control, is that thing. So that, where is this under? That's going to be under a county. Yeah, that's going to be in a county. So let's open up any random county. We don't, oh, we do. Here's the battle control. So that is the top bar. Okay, so that is, and it looks to me like we're controlling everything from inside this. For each army in the visiting army list, for each in the heroes and county list, this is just showing them. Hourly battle and county. This should definitely not be in here, because the computer can't use it. The computer, I think the idea behind this originally was, so let's say the computer, this is the computer, and this, the AI attacks in here, this would pop up a thing, but we wouldn't necessarily see that thing. So let's pull this code. We're going to rearrange some code here. So let's go look at what our code, let's close some of this crap. Population description. Hopefully we don't need that. Hopefully we don't need that. Token movement we might need. Population data, we actually might be needed that. We'll close that. County data, I don't think it's going to go in there. County, I don't think it's going to go in there. Let's look at what do we have for battle and war, because I had like a public class that's called battle, and it has nothing in it. Oh, this is that primary constructor thing. But it thinks it's named wrong, or no, it's what does it want? Makes it read only. We'll think about that. So there's battle, and I think there's a war public class. So probably I'm gonna go with battle. Look, from DTO, it's not used, so we got a problem there too. Let's figure this out first. We'll put it. No, let's do this first because obviously we need to convert this back at some point, and it's not being used. So let's go to our save. I was not planning to work on that, but we need to make sure everything is saved. Otherwise, we're fucked. Let's go back to our save game. We're going to have to go through. So where is this one being used? This is probably faction DTO. Okay, so for each, we're adding it. From DTO, we need to go to war. It's going to break when we move county generation from main to get, we already did that. And it didn't break or something. There's a lot of stuff in here. Research offices, war. This need to be loaded after. Okay, I commented it out for some reason. Rebuild as war objects. What the fuck does that mean? What? I don't remember what my note meant there. So we add the faction wars. Is this the same? So we basically for each war DTO and faction DTO's war from DTO, we're pulling it from the save game and we add it into the wars. I think that should, you know, I don't know if we've ever, let's save it and see what happens. We didn't get any, so let's load it. See the time we got it. See, that was, let's see what happens here. Copy error. And this is too small. And population data. Hero subordinates. All right, let's see what this error is first. Get variant, borrow element at, what the fuck is that? This could be a whole different issue because we haven't saved where spawn tokens are. That I was putting that off because I didn't feel like doing it. So we're going load from save DTO, load game, county DTO. I think we're having a different issue because those guys are already, and we haven't written that code yet. So that can't, I don't want to do that right now. So we could, let's do this. Let's look at the save game. And then from there we can, user 2D4X save game. And then we're going to look for wars. Whoops, I hit enter. Okay, so we do have it saved. Oh, I guess we already knew that that was happening. Trying to think if there's a way to test this without us having to write that other code. I think there is. Let's do a new start. Let's declare war. Let's save it. Let's load it. And then they're still at war after we loaded. So I think that's right. No, it doesn't use, it uses a different thing. It uses a diplomacy matrix for this. So this is not going to be a good test. Oh, look, they all spawned except for one here. I wonder why this one didn't spawn. I think there's loyalty tests. They're probably, oh, there was only one person. They probably failed their loyalty test. Trying to think of how we would test this without. We could put a breakpoint on faction data. What does our from DTO look like? First or default, we have this all faction list. It's going to pull this stuff. Return a new war. I think that's right. Faction ID. I mean, that looks correct. So if we put, can we? We can. We put this here. That's not going to work though, because it's going to bug out because of that thing isn't the one things aren't saved. Man, I don't want to do that. All right, we'll come back to that. That's going to be either tomorrow. I would be surprised if we finish what I'm planning today, but it's going to be a tomorrow or the next weekend thing. Because it's just going to be annoying. It's actually not going to be that annoying. I was thinking about it, and it's just, I guess I shouldn't have pushed it off, but I didn't feel like working on that anymore. That's one of the joys of being my own boss, is I can just be like, I don't feel like working on that. So back to this battle thing. So I think we should move this battle control, hourly battle. In county. This is a public class. So we're going to need to pass in a bunch of shit. And we probably want this continue battle thing. We actually probably want this army flees. This probably needs to go somewhere else. Token movement or something. Yeah, like token movement or something. Find faction, own neighbor county. Oh, I thought we didn't do. I guess we had to. I wrote like a pathfinding thing, and I saw the code in there. I saw the code. I saw the code in there, but it wasn't like implemented. I didn't think. All right, let's do this. Just these two for now. These three for now. These two for now. Just in case. I'm still hypothesizing here. So what if we didn't? We have it running, but we don't show it when we're like, we don't show the ones that we can't see. This is going to add it to the logs. Maybe we'll leave it here for now, and we'll fix it here, and then we'll decide if we need to move it. Because I can see the logic behind having this here, and we could just hide the battle control if the player. Let me make sure this is, yeah, if the player can't see in there because their scouting isn't good enough or whatever, I can totally see that is a thing. I'm just double checking everything here. I usually do that, just a little double check of my stream. Okay. So, yeah, let's leave that shit there for now, and then when we get to the point where we need to move it, we'll just move it. I think it could maybe need to be moved, but all right. So first things we need to do. When an attacking army, it says that it goes through. Now, this is just for putting their tokens in place, and that works. So hourly battle and county. So every hour. So it subscribes to this thing at the end of this. It subscribes to an hourly battle. And then what does it do? It puts in the county attacker selected token. Where is this selected token thing getting assigned? Right here. Defender token is getting assigned there. Defender token is getting assigned there. So what we need to do. So when we subscribe to this, we need to actually have it go for each through every. Okay. How does it? It goes to attack. We need to break this into a couple of different things. And let's look at attack because, like I said, I can't remember if we were. What the fuck is this? Because I can't remember if we are doing damage or what. So yeah, it is a morale damage. So maybe when I put heal in there, I meant their morale gets healed. Because maybe we'll throw in actual damage in here. Yeah, this is confusing as fuck. But we'll come back to that. Okay, so for battle, we're just gonna ignore that right now. We're gonna go back to the battle control, and we're gonna go to here. Hourly battle. Do we have attacks in here? No. Okay, so the hourly, which is good. Just making sure. So we're gonna need to for each this. For each county, no, population data. Population data in. This is for the county defender attacks. County defender attacks county attacker. So I guess the defenders get to go first. That makes sense. In heroes in county data. Do we have one of those around? Heroes. That's a capital. Data. I guess we don't have one of those. All right. So we need to get a county data here. So we're going to pull. So this is an event. This is an event that fires. So we need to know what county we're in to start with. What do we got up here? The battle control is attached to a county. We also have a private battle. What is private battle? Battle location is a county data. Okay, so we have that somewhere. We're assigning this battle. I guess we can make this read only since it keeps wanting me to. And we'll see if that changes. So this is going to get, we have a battle is assigned here, which has the county in it. So we can go battle dot county data. What did we call it? Battle location. I mean, I guess. Maybe I should call that county data dot heroes in county list. So what did we just do last time? Whoops, I did something. Last week we worked on when the defenders spawn, it can skip somebody in. It can skip one of the heroes. So when this like spawned here, and there were nobody spawned, it also could, you could get two people here. So one of the people isn't willing to fight, and the other person is. So there could be, this person's name is Russell. Is that a tight? Is that? Oh my god! Is that for real? First name, last name? Looks like the other ones are working. So I think that that's just an odd coincidence. I probably have Russell as a first name, Russell as a last name. So we go through. We check. Let's look at the code. Where was that? That was under diplomacy. And this is what we did. We rewrote this. We need them to spawn closest to the enemy armies first. This is something we're going to do later. We'll put a to do on here. Right now they're spawning all of their guys, and they have enough money for influence. So we have these possible defenders, but there is the chance that there's just somebody who's sitting there doing nothing. Maybe we should throw a bool or change their status. We should probably change their status. Then we can go through and set what yeah, I think we should change their status, and then it will go through every one of them and we'll check. So that's fine. I don't think it's called status. It's called activities. It was right there at the beginning. Okay, so we have build. Combat is already an activity. Let's set their activity to combat when we do this. Where the fuck was that? Diplomacy. I feel like everything's very quiet in my ears. I have the Ramones playing, and they're just too quiet. There we go. What's going on here? What the fuck? Okay. What? We have create war. Oh, was I working on this when I called it a day? Because I was kind of burned out. I'm actually kind of burned out on streaming, but I want to keep working on this. And the only way to motivate myself to work on this is to be streaming. This is actually being used. What? Okay, so we never finished that. Okay, let's put this in war in here. To end a war, we're going to delete this war. We're gonna kind of make a copy of this. We're going to we need to know what war we are getting rid of. So on this one, we created a war, and it's where is it being assigned to something? It's being assigned to each. They have a list of wars. So let's say you're in a war, in 2 wars. How do we know which war we're ending? We're passing in the aggressor faction and the defensive faction. So can we go like for each? No, that was right. War in the aggressor faction. Yeah, we're not going to need this. For each war in the aggressor faction, if no, I thought it was picking up what I was putting down. If war dot no, that was right. That one was right. Defender faction ID equals defender faction ID. So this we'll put in the aggressors war list, and if this matches the defenders, then we'll say defender faction war. Yep, and aggressor faction. We're doing this inside this for loop, though. We can't do that. Are we, when we assign this, is it the same thing? It is. So let's see here. So we'll need another list up here. We'll just go war. It's not a list. War, current war. Yeah. Equals new. And then we'll say current, get over there. Current war equals war. So we have this, and then we're going to go aggressor faction data war, remove current war, defender faction data, remove current war. So that will get rid of that war. Then on here, we can go defender, aggressor, and we go false. And we go false. And then add the wars to the, no, we've already done that. So this turns off their war. GD print aggressor faction has ended war on defender faction. Same shit here, except we're gonna has declared. Oh, we gotta fix this too. Where is our localization? Oh, we can't do it that way. 2D4X. Localization. We may have, this actually may have been where I was at, where I made a phrase end war or something, and then I called it a day. Average morale. Hero is, oh, did I put a note in about the average morale? Tooltip with average morale seems wrong. I bet you it's just the math needs to be updated. Yeah, I talked to Joker about the tooltips because he did a tutorial, and I just mentioned it, that I was saying, where's the Joker when I was working on my tooltips, and he said you can just instantiate a scene here, so you can have like a little scene that shows what it would show, what you want, so you can put graphics or whatever the fuck you need. So I don't see, oh, here it is. Nope, we did do this. Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep doing that? Weird. End war. That's not gonna work. So it'd say the shipbirds end war. Defending faction, AI faction 1. So we're gonna need actually a different one. We're gonna need a phrase. Phrase has ended war with has ended war with, and then we will translate this. And I was helping my coworker, and we were also having the same issue that I was talking about last week, where we couldn't get it through Latin. It wasn't for Excel, it was something else. But Latin American Spanish versus, and then when we found her list on her computer, she had a bunch. It wasn't Excel though. It was just Microsoft. A bunch of different options for Latin American Spanish. Let's see. Where the fuck is this? No, that's not what I want. I want this. Oh, good God. I want this to go over here. And then I want this to come with me. And then I bet you we get that weird new line thing, which I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. And then we need a new one of these. Or I was about to rename it. We don't want to rename it. Respond to end of war. That war is gone now. We'll put in, I don't know what we're going to pass in, but we're going to create a thing here that just says, this is like a placeholder. GD print at some point we need to add the response to respond to end of war. In fact, what we'll do is this, and then we'll go like this. We'll say that. All right. So we're going to go through each of the aggressors' wars, and if one of them matches this defender, then that's our current war. We're going to remove it from each one of these. We're going to turn that war off with, this is the diplomacy matrix, and then we respond to that. There's one usage. We need to re-import this thing. We can't re-import stuff when it's open. All right. And we just need to declare war and undeclare war. Make sure it does something. It doesn't get any errors. All right, we didn't get any errors. Hopefully that's right. So that should be that. I don't remember what we were working on. We were going to battle control. Okay, for each, oh right, we were gonna set the hero. So when we declare war, we run this thing. So once again, we've broken away from having there be two different types of hero tokens. One for heroes that are just like diplomats and spies and shit, and then one for armies. We've combined them into one because it doesn't really work how I wanted it to. So the idea didn't work really. So there's just one type. So your hero that could be a spy could also fight battles. So that's the key thing in here. So when we go through this respond to war, create a war, it's this response. We need to put, so check for and spawn defending heroes. Maybe we need a new one of these, like they're preparing for combat. They're not, so they could be recruiting though. No, they would be recruiting. The defending guys would be recruiting at this point. The attacker would not be he's going to get set to move when he moves. So this activity is not going to work because when they move, their activity has to change to move. And I was thinking set them to combat, but that's not. What we need to do is then have some other indicator that they are hostile. And we could do another enum, but I'm trying to think of another way to do it. Or something we've already used. I think we have to set it, we have to have like another combat or diplomacy related activity, not an activity, but how are we going to do that? I knew this was going to be a little bit complicated. I had a feeling that, like I said, if we could get this done today. So let's see. So the whole key problem is if we go through this list, we can't tell if they're defending to fight or they're going to run away. So we want to like throw a bool or something. We could start it out as a bool, but it's probably going to be an enum. So let's go to our population data. We'll look through the data here because we have a lot of it. I don't think there's anything we can use already. Is hero type? See, that's what we kind of got rid of was the hero type. Let's look at the enums again. We could set it to hero type. We could set to like some. Oh no, that says faction leader. Aid. I don't want to use hero type. No. I mean, at that point, we're practically back to having armies again. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to get rid of the two different. I don't like how it works. I like it when they're all like in the same groups. So let's go back to population data here. Number of subordinates, wanted, number of subordinates, this piece of shit thing again. There's got to be a way to make it stop doing that. Guess get rid of the export groups. Max hit points. I wonder if it's because they're not like a line, like a new line underneath them. Let's try that. Morale, expendable, hit points, loyalty. We do check their loyalty at some point, but I think we should just let's just throw a bool in here for now, and we'll figure out if we need more options for later. The other thing we could do is you're not gonna do that for me. I guess this doesn't really matter. Look, there's no export on that one because it doesn't really. This export doesn't matter. I don't think. Anyways, okay. So let's go back and think here. Let's put a bool in here. I mean, and we'll call it is prepared to. We'll put it right here. Actually, not loyalty adjusted. We'll put it. We'll put a bool. I saw something a long time ago that said. No, bool. Said something like if you're going to use a bool, eventually you're going to need a third option. So why always just use a enum? And that's been kind of true for what I've been doing. But I guess we'll just do a bool. Is willing to fight. Then, because I'm not using reflections, we got to go down to these. Look at this motherfucker. We have to go down to. Oh my God, like every single one is reset. I'm going to do 2 lines and see. I guess I could save this. What are we on? Inventory? What if I save this, close it, reopen? Relation data. Inventory. Well, it didn't do it that time. I wonder if it's like when I do a K and a D. It is. Because that drives me nuts. I wonder if I can. Writer. Control K. Control D. Configure. Like there's a shortcut specifically related open. No, I don't want to change that. I want to change. Whoops. I don't know if I've ever clicked that button before. The fuck is this thing? Built-in reformat code. I want it to not. I don't want to change that. I want to change configure what it does. Code, how to configure code cleanup. Open settings, code cleanup, editor. There was a hotkey too, but let me move this over here. Editor. Man, I think AI is trash. It's so wrong so often. It's just okay. Alt. Here's the settings, editor, code cleanup. Okay, full cleanup. So I think it's on full cleanup, but it does like, so let's look at this. What is this? Reformat, but there's no, yeah, I bet you there's no way for me to fix that. And the ones that I put the extra line, it does not fix that. So I'm just fucked. I guess I'll just have to leave it or get rid of my export groups. A lot of this stuff doesn't need to be exported anymore. Wonder why it likes that. Anyway, who gives a fuck, right? Sidetracked. We need to add, do I still have it on my clipboard? We do. So willing to fight needs to be put into here. So we put it right here, I believe. And we need to do is willing to fight. So there's a guy named Created by Critters, and he recommended that I use what's called a reflection for these things, so that it would go through. I wouldn't have to do this, what I'm doing right now. And I wasn't sure about it, but after I looked into it, I agreed with him that a lot of this stuff can be done that way with a reflection. So we wouldn't have to make sure that we're doing this right. So we need to go into this population DTO, population DTO, and we need to add this in here. There's a lot of things that could change. I guess I have is willing to fight. All right. It's not an int. Why do I keep typing an int? Did I type an int that time? I don't know. So we have the population DTO. So basically I wanted to use the resources. So we have that one. We got to put it in front from DTO. I wanted to use all of the built-in Godot resources for this stuff. But it did not work how I wanted. So this should be the is willing. Why would we only have a lower case? Did I make this a uppercase? No. new DTO. This one is a capital. From DTO. So we should be going from the capital. Oh, I got the wrong. I see what I did wrong. There we go. To the lowercase. So that should get that for the saving. Hopefully. Yeah, so so I have another game that I fuck around with, and the saving and just a resource works great on that one. On this one, it does not really work at all. There's all sorts of issues with it. So I might have to change all these to public classes. It won't be the end of the world, but it's just I'm putting it off as long as possible. There's a lot of like things I like to test out and see how they work, and run into find my own problems, create my own problems. Okay, so we have finished that, and we need this response. So the attacker is always going to be willing to fight is true. The defender is a different story. And maybe we shouldn't have put that in the defender. Check for and spawn. Okay, so if they don't have an influence, they can't do it. Here's the possible defenders. It adds them all in there. And if the count is less than 1 and the battle control count of population is greater than 0, so if it doesn't have any defenders, so it hasn't gotten any defenders yet, it's going to create a defender, and it's going to add, and then if this is higher than this, it does some shit. Order the defenders list by highest cool, and then it spawns, but so there's got to be it spawns this guy, and so this guy is the guy who needs, I believe, possible defenders 0 dot is willing to fight equals true. Maybe we should call it is willing to defend. I don't know. We'll fuck with that later. So what is this thing? If possible defenders dot count is greater than 0, number of subordinates. Okay, then he starts recruiting. Then the hero starts recruiting. And we did a test with this last week or the week before, and a lot of times the heroes cannot. They don't have the skills to get any defenders, so they're all on their own. It's going to be a bloodbath. It'll make the people you turn into heroes more important. So I think that's going to work. We'll find out. So then we go back to our battle control. If population data is willing to fight is equal to true, we're doing the defenders, right? And we're doing all of the heroes in the county. If it's willing to fight, then we do this attack. Then county attackers attack county defenders. Where are we looking? So we need to for each this too. For each population data. It did it for me. Except this is the wrong list. Visiting heroes. Visiting armies? It is visiting armies. If this is if this is our cheat in here. There's a checkbox in globals for this. So then this attack happens, and then we do a check for Continue battle check. We saw some things with these pluses, and I was looking as like this. This is the event log. That's not where we're seeing that one battle thing. That's the battle log. That thing was kind of a pain to make, and it didn't turn out that well. So let's see what this does. We're still not checking their subordinates. Let's do one test at a time here. One test at a time. Then we'll add the subordinates thing, which is definitely important. And we're going to have people die too at some point. I was hoping we wouldn't have to do that, but I think we don't. And I thought we were going to have to today. So we got to declare war. And then we're going to throw this. We're going to go into here. There should be a guy here. We'll speed this up times 8. He goes in. We're going to slow this down to 2. And we're going to pause it once this. Okay, we want to check in here. So the defender is here. Looks like there's 2. So I see Martha is doing a bunch of stuff, but it's not Martha King. This doesn't look right to me. So we have, I don't know what that 2 is. 2? Oh, that's the day. At 1400, we have Paul has failed their cool. See, these are all one event. No, this is a response to this thing. So this is a response to here. I got to figure out what these pluses are missing. So let's find that. What does this say? It probably needs to be translated to. Has failed their cool. Has failed their cool roll. Failed cool roll. Phrase. Failed. Okay, so where the fuck is this? Oh, it's in this confusing garbage. So it had a, let's go back and look at this. Blank. So we have the date. We definitely need to put the day in there. This is day 2. 1400 hours is fine. Plus Paula. Isn't scared. Failed cool. I'm surprised I already did the translation for this. It says their full name, though. Morale lost 13. Where is it getting this plus? There's no plus in front of this. Is their first name is there? Paula Patterson. Is there another one of these? Nope. We might have to rewrite this whole thing. It's very confusing. So we have their first name, their last name. Where's this plus coming from? Is there something weird in the add log? battle control log. Get date and time. New log. Here's the plus. Okay. This is not what this is getting the date and time as well, but it doesn't, we could put, do we have the word day in here? Sure as shit do. I'm gonna take a break in a second here. Word. Now we need to go tr. We need to put some squigs in here too. That's not squig. 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 Quotes. Word day colon space. So we're putting in this one log. So what else is wrong with this? So this has hits. So we have another. Okay, no, that's going to fix both of those plus problems. Actually, I'm going to take a quick break. Got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to pause my music. That's the man. You guys can't hear my music, but there is a Blondie song that I was actually quite surprised is Blondie. Don't think I've ever heard it. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot to put my break timer on. There we go. Now I'll be right back. Took me a little longer. Not, but you know, whatever. I need like some music or something to play when when I am gone. All right. It's all copyrighted though. So what am I gonna do? Okay, let's see here. So we fixed that thing. The timestamp is gonna say day 2, whatever. Antonio Griffin has hit. Isn't scared. So what's happening here is, oh yeah, the scrolling thing doesn't work. So this person hits, and it goes to this one, I think. We need to fix this right now. Because we this has to look better. Tusher, how's it going? I'm using Godot in C#. That's about it. Writer. Excel. Let's see here. So so with that thing, that terrible list that we got there, where did that go? That's in our battle control log. No, that's in our battle control. We have to fix how this comes out. We need them to match up. I have them so that you could sort them. You could maybe we put a number of the attack, so we can tell which one is linked to each one. Wonder why this one's grayed out. This is all very confusing. It's been confusing since day 1, since we wrote it back 2 years ago or whatever. So we might, trying to think of the best way. I think a number at the beginning so we can match them up. So because I want it to be able to, so you could scroll individually. I guess we could put, so they happen basically at the same time. This person, you know, but the defender gets to attack first. We could just make this one full line and format it so that it's over and have only one. So it's like every turn. Because that's kind of what's going on, but there's 3 lines sometimes for this person, and then there's 2 lines for this person. So that's what's happened right here. And that's why it's confusing. So this person is actually responding to this, and it says has hit, which I don't like, because it seems when you glance at it, you're thinking they got shot, like has been hit. So we need to change that too. But we can have one line for all of it, and you scroll through it. I think that's a better way to do this. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so let's fix this into one big line. Maybe we can fix the scrolling thing too. I bet you the scrolling thing doesn't work because we are making it so you can't click through this. Yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's what it is. So we're turning off the ability, and it turns off this. But look, I was able to get through here. Oh, I can't move the map while this is open. That's interesting. Yeah, we're turning off too much stuff. Hey, Lord Mac, long time no talk. How's life? Yeah, we'll do one line. I've been playing a bunch of Victoria 3 and not liking it. I don't know. I have 400 hours in Victoria 3. I keep joking though that 350 of those hours are just waiting for it to load. Okay, so let's make this one line, and we'll have them connected. We'll have all the information for that turn, and it will be like a turn, like because it is basically like a turn. So that is going to be I think that's on our county, though. It is on our counties. So we're going to have to update our counties then. And I'm trying to think how we're going to do that without having to copy and paste stuff. I don't think I have a, what do they call it, inheritance set up. Yeah, these are all separate scenes. They're not connected, I don't think. Let's see. So this is wrong thing. This is the battle control. No, that's not the battle control. Okay, we don't have to fuck with that. Abner, that's the fantasy one. I did try that one. So I actually kind of liked Abner. I like that there's a lot going on, and most of the countries are smaller, so you have you feel like there's not like in Victoria 3, there's Great Britain is the thing, I think it's like the bad guy. Like there's two different in Victoria 3. There's two different games. One if you play Great Britain, and then there's one if you play anybody else. Yeah, the big. So if I played Great Britain once just to see what it was like, and you have to run the game much slower. You run it at speed 2, and you just mess with everyone else. You're just constantly getting, and it's actually pretty fun. And you can be you're like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. You're getting in other people's diplomatic incidents and whatever. If you play anybody else, though, you run it at the fastest speed, and you just ignore most of the things that are happening, because you can't do anything against Great Britain. You just grow. But so in Abnar, they have a lot of smaller countries, so it doesn't really feel that way. And there's things going on. So I like that a lot. I didn't like all the magical extra production stuff. I'm because I don't know what, if I'm building a ranch in vanilla, I know that it produces cloth and meat. But then the Abinar one, it's what the fuck does a rust thing do? It's a rust whaling thing, and it produces iron. What? Why are they building that? And it's so that it's wait, what is this? I need potions. Why do I need so many potions? And I kind of think they went a little overboard with the extra production items. I think they could have kind of rearranged, and maybe it's because I just haven't played it enough. I played one. What were they called? They were kobolds. I don't know why I'm pronouncing kobolds wrong. Now they changed the lore in the past 20 years about kobolds. They're like dragon lovers now. And back in the good old day, they were just reptilian fuckers who just went and fuck people up, like little guys. But yeah, I played those guys. Drakes. I don't know what they call them in Abinar, but they're kobolds. They're pretty fun. They're on the very far south part of the world, on their own little. But once again, I kind of too much. I don't know all the production stuff, and that's one of the things you gotta kind of know. Have you played it at all? Oh wait, we were going over here. So on main, we have the battle log control. This is what I'm glad we don't have to fuck with the counties, because I think I don't think they're inherited. Like, I don't think they're connected together from like one template. Don't save. So for this, not this. For this, oh, is there the commerce expansion? Is that a DLC? I did buy the DLC, whatever DLC came out. And I was like, why the fuck am I giving them more money? Yeah, we'll make this one long thing. So this is a margin control. Then we have a panel. We have a title. We have another margin control for some reason. We have an H box. We have the left panel. We have the right panel. The easiest way to do this for right now is to just turn off one of these panels, and we'll do our testing and then we'll delete it once, just in case we need to like scavenge something from here. We're going to have to fix the title first. This is not translated either. Is battle log translated? It sure as shit isn't. So let's do that. Battle log. It might not have an underscore. Phrase battle log. I played that I actually played that Equestria War, the pony one, the Hearts of Iron pony mod. And I know everyone's been saying forever that is like an amazing mod for it, and I could never get past like picking where to start. I don't know the pony lore, the brony lore, and I was just like, every time I tried to start that Hearts Iron 4 War, what's it called? Equestria War. You guys, once you see this, if you haven't seen it before, Equestria. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Equestria at War. It's like bronies. This is not. I thought there'd be a good picture on here. New to My Little Pony. So yeah, I don't know any like in. So for this one, I probably did like. It's fake lore, right? I probably did 10 different starts. And each start, I found a reason to restart like almost immediately, because I didn't quite understand what was going on, because there's a lot of fucking lore in this. You would be shocked how much lore there is in this. I'm trying to think of the one guy that I played the longest at first. Can I click on this map? So I ended up playing these guys. Oh, it's just I think it's these guys. No, it's these guys that I played the longest. And I actually, what are they called? They're like later on they changed their name to like the Winter Wastelands or something. I know I could fire it up, but this computer can handle a game running in the background while I program. My old computer could not. I cannot remember the names of any of these things, of any of these kingdoms that I played. Anyways, I played like 10 different starts, and kept having a reason to restart because I wanted to play a minor. And after I finally picked their polar bears, they're polar bear people. Yeah, the polar bears. And so, like I said, there's a lot of lore, and it's popping up stuff all the time, like events and things. And you got to read. Oh, here we go. It's this one: polar bear communities. Oh, there's no picture. Oh, there he is. Can I make him bigger? So this is the guy I eventually picked. And so, and this is a good thing. There's these events that pop up all the time, and they're from decisions and stuff. But I always felt like I was picking the wrong option, which is kind of a good thing because they make those decisions actually very meaningful. So unlike in Hearts of Iron 4 vanilla, you can, well, I don't give a fuck, just pick something. You know, you look at your two options and you're like, they're basically the same. Who fucking cares? Just pick one. And this, if you do that, there's massive repercussions for the things you're picking. Some of the decision trees, some nations don't even start with a decision tree until an event happens. Other ones, they have hidden decision trees. So if you click something and you make the wrong decision, you get this weird other decision tree that you can't look at until it pops up. It's actually a phenomenal mod. Everyone should try it on Hearts of Iron 4. I cannot believe how good that mod is. And I know that's what everyone says, but I was very skeptical. But anyway, so I played the polar bear guys and eventually became like these evil polar bear that had some sort of a deal with some evil creature, some sort of like Sauron-esque creature and some kind of mechanical spider queen or something. I don't know. And then I think I stopped playing for no reason. I wasn't against anything. I just switched away. But yeah, it's actually, so then I wanted to play another group, and I'm actually going to that'll be my go-to for a while, for Hearts of Iron. Because it has also like almost every nation has different tech trees when it comes to they have a special like racial tech tree for magic and stuff. And they actually added another resource, which is like magic crystals or something, and they actually matter. They did like a really good job. And so my polar bears actually were like extremely shitty tech wise. Technology wise, I was like way behind, and that was part of their problem. But they could still fight enough, if that makes sense. Like they could fight enough. I think that's what I did, is I bit off too much, more than I could chew. Oh, I did run into a couple of bugs though. Definitely a couple of bugs. There's some, I don't know if it's on this computer. So see, I was playing 460. Jesus Christ. Whoops. Let me see. Let's see if I can load it up. I don't know if it's on this one. If I was playing on this one or, I think was this one. It should be fine. This computer should have the guts to do it. So what we're going to do here though, is we're going to move this down to the end, and we'll put these things in one big line. I got to skip my music that you guys can't hear. Hearts of Iron actually isn't that labor intensive. Yeah, here's our Road to 56 is good too. Maybe this can handle it. Definitely, I would not even with this high-end computer, I would not open Victoria 3. Victoria 3 grinds, dude. I can't even. So a lot of times when I'm playing a strategy game, I'll have like Twitch or something open on my other monitor, and I just kind of listen to it. Can't do it with Victoria 3. It grinds the graphics on my new gaming computer. I guess while we wait for this thing to load, we'll figure out what we're going to do here. So we have a left. Oh wow, there's like lag on this now. Um, so we're gonna have to have like save some strings here and string them all together. I think I hear like Hearts of Iron. Wow, it's actually kind of grind shit. Hearts of Iron sound is happening in the background. Maybe I can't stream and have all my programming stuff and show a video game at the same time. Why was I bringing this up? Oh yeah. So I bit off more than WAS doesn't work on this. I bit off more than I could chew when I attack these kingdom of Pingland. But the thing I was gonna bring up is that with the bugs, these guys, these are like the bad guys in the lore, and I have been trying to like make them my friend the whole time so that they don't attack me. That was a fast load. Seemed like it was forever. So I've been trying to make them not attack me because they're way more powerful. They have technology. They have planes and stuff. I have like 3 planes or something. I think I saved this right before I declared war, and then I bailed out after I declared war on the penguin people. They're penguins. They're penguins. So you got to get into the you got to just accept that this is how it is. I actually showed this to my friend and he was like, "This actually seems kind of awesome." And I was like, "It actually is." Anyway, so there's these changeling guys that I was trying to not get to attack me, and they must have gotten some decision that said they could do like an attack into here, right? And at the time, I had a couple of dudes sitting here because I was worried they were going to attack me, and they lost the battle against these guys, and the event said that we won the battle. So that was definitely a bug. It bumped, and it said that now they were too scared to attack me, but we definitely lost. We got completely stomped. And then there was another event right after that, like, 6 months later, 3 months later, that said that they were, it was a border war. Yeah, it was a border war. And then there was another one that happened. In that one, I actually was prepared for. And it gave me this weird choice of like, do you want to carry on and kill them? And I was losing again. And it was like, do you want to carry on and kill them or peace out? And I was like, yeah, let's peace out. And then it's like, they love you now and everything. And I was like, what? That they should just kill me. So, and I exploited that bug because I was like, oh, thank God. Because if they had attacked me, it'd have been all over from my endless wasteland here. But yeah, no, there's these like weird, I don't know what these guys are. These weird guys. Yeah, if you like Hearts of Iron, I highly recommend. Sounds like you've played it though, Lord Mac, right? I think I bought some DLC for Hearts of Iron too, because I didn't used to have any of it. Okay. Hearts of Iron kind of feels worth it though, because you do get the mod. You can mod it with the different ones, and they have different things. I don't know. It's so expensive. So what we're gonna want to do is up here. We're going to want to. I think we're going to want 3 strings for now. Maybe we'll make it 1 string, but it will be like attackers, logs, string. Oh, I guess maybe 2. So down here, what does this do? So I think what we can do. Oh, this is like a big. That should be okay. So what we'll do is we'll go. Is this the? Well, we got another one over here. although not in a good while at this point. It's crazy that like that's the mod that seems to be the best so far that I've played. Road to 56 is pretty good. That's the Fallout one, right? And I almost started another one. That one also has good like events and stuff. I don't like the whole decisions tree concept, but when people really work it in there, it works better than like the basic decision tree stuff. So shooting. Oh, okay. So this is the. Oh no, I haven't played that one. I had it installed, but I don't think I played it. It's the one that has the weird colored counties, their countries. It looks funny. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Road to 56 has the. Oh no, maybe I'm not thinking of this one. There was one that had like weird when you zoom. Oh, it is this one. Yeah, it looks like this. Yeah, I actually haven't played this one. Maybe I should try this one. So one of my friends, we played a CK3 mod that with the Brandon Sanderson one. It's considered like one of the best CK3 mods out there, and it's really good. But my friend hated it, and I couldn't figure out what his problem was. He wasn't very descriptive of his hate. He just hated it, and I finally figured it out later what his problem is. He has a hard time empathizing or feeling for the country he's playing unless it's historical. So if you're playing like Hearts of Iron, and you play the United States, you can like you can have like a backstory in your head of what's going on, right? And same with CK3. If you're going to play Ireland, you like have the feeling of Ireland. If you're playing some mod and all the names are just gibberish to you and you don't know anything. Why are these people gold? Why are there crab people? It's for him, it's impossible to wrap your head around and whatnot. So like with the Equestria War, it's kind of a similar thing. You're like, who the fuck are these pony people? But they do such a good job of describing everything. Like the stories for each nation is written so well that you can, okay, I get who these people are, and you can start feeling for it as well. And I think that's also the Fallout one does it really well too, where you're like, okay, these are crabs. they're crabs. And that's what you're playing are crabs. And, and you can kind of get, like my friend would have had to have read all the Brandon Sanderson books to have understood that. So I think that's kind of something that if like with CK3 especially, if you're requiring the story for you to know, like have a connection to the history, then there's probably something wrong. CK3 is really boring. Exactly. Yeah. So, and if they can portray it well, like, so I didn't really have much feel for the polar bear guys at the beginning, but as it kept going on and you were given these different choices to make where it actually had an effect and it kind of built out the characters you were interacting with, I killed them all. There's a choice where you can like not kill them all or kill them all. And I was like, I'm going to kill them all. All right. I should probably do some programming here. So this is going to be more complicated than I thought. The problem is this. So we have, and this is actually this is back to this whole problem altogether. And it should just be one row. It's not going to say defender. It's going to say battle log, and we can get rid of this defender thing actually. We can just hide it for now. Okay. So, and this is kind of the problem with how this was working before is we can't see it right now, but it was all of these are things are separate. So that when there was the right and the left side, they're all separately run. And that's part of this confusion with this old code. So there's like one attack from the defender, then there's one attack from the attacker, and they're all kind of happening at the same time. Oh, this also isn't going to. No, actually, we can do it this way. We can do it with this string thing. It's going to be kind of weird, but we'll see how it looks, and we can change, what it says. So this battle log, shooting population. This is the person who is shooting. We're going to copy this. I don't remember why this says is attacker, but we're going to comment this out. We'll see how this works. We're going to have to do something. And we're going to go attacker log equals this. We don't need this. And we need that. All right. So we have the attacker log currently set there. What does this do? Getting shot at skill. So this is the defender. So this is the person who's defending. I think what's happening here is their morale is lost. Okay, so this is their cool check. So we'll comment this out. We might need this is why and we actually only need this. And we'll go defenders log equals this garbage. And then we'll go like that. And then, but it could, if they make their roll, it could equal this. And I tried to start a new game of last night was Distant Worlds 2. And I didn't have any like negative feelings about it. I just didn't feel like playing it after about 10 minutes, which is kind of a bummer. I want that game to be good, but it just isn't. We're going to go over here. I mean, I didn't have bad feelings about it. I just didn't feel like playing it. So I do want to get back in it because they've done a ton of updates. They're doing the DLC thing though, where it's just constantly releasing DLC for some ridiculous price. Then, okay, so we do a learning check at the end. Then what we'll do though is we'll go battle log. How does it know which side to put this on? Oh, that's probably what this is. This is telling it what side to put it on. We have the defenders. We want to go. What we're gonna do right now actually is we're gonna go squig $sign. Wait, what are we passing in here? A string. Yeah. So it's probably gonna be on the wrong side. First thing I think we want to have is attacker is false. Attacker log plus plus. This is gonna be ugly, but we just want to see if this is working as expected. Quote $sign. Remember how this works here. Defenders log. It is initialized. Might not be initialized before. Oh, it could be blank is what you're telling me? Did I miss one? Defender's log. Defender's log. Actually, no. I wonder if I can run this with this warning here because I would like to get in a bug there. If actually we could just, something is fucked. There we go. Except we got a typo. How's your cat, Lord Mac? Oh, now we have more of a problem. Oh, we got this plus in here. We don't need the plus. But it's invoked with one. Okay, fine. String final log equals final log. What? Oh, right. We need the false. I think we want false there. Is attacker false? Because we're using the defender thing. You have some underline here. So now we have to go into a war. We need to hide this, though. A drink of water. Man, I ordered some groceries the other day, and the person brought the wrong food. And my cat will only eat one type of food. And he's just been crying, so I ordered more groceries like a week later. And he was definitely very happy about that. Okay. Okay, so this kind of worked, except we do have one something is fucked. Okay, when it's a miss. So this kind of works. Day 0, Billy Rodriguez has hits. Eric Gonzalez isn't scared. This is what was not happening before, where there would be these different lines. And so then Eric Gonzalez missed, and then something is fucked because there's nothing in there when it should be nothing. So we actually could just put, where to go? I just saw it. We could just put nothing in here and it should work out. So then this earlier one at 9 a.m., Billy Rodriguez has failed their cool roll. Man, Billy Rodriguez is hitting all the time. Who's who? Eric Gonzalez is the enemy. We probably need to distinguish between that. I would kind of like this to be a separate line, actually. We don't need to make it pretty right now, but let's make it like a tiny bit. Your cat prefers chicken? My cat prefers the seafood. It's the blue bag, I call it. When I say prefer, it's like the only thing he'll eat. He ate this other weird shit that the delivery guy got, but he hated it. He would look at me like I was torturing him. So that's gonna work for that. We need two things. I think we should have a new line here. Was it this one? No, this one. There we go. And then we'll do that. Yeah, we'll just leave a space there. Whatever. So we'll have a new line and we'll have the date and time. And then we need to have some sort of faction distinguisher so you know who's who on this part. First name, last name has hit. And we also, we have a lot of work to do on this little part, but once we're done with that, we can go back to finishing up the saving and stuff. Your cat likes it the least. It's so interesting to me that cats have such a distinguished taste or picky taste. He also, so whenever my cat goes and visits this other family for a couple of days, he comes back and doesn't want to eat any of the food at my house. So I don't know what they give him, but He definitely does not like. I think it was under faction data. Get. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, we're gonna need it right here. Faction data. Faction data equals that, and then we're gonna put in. We're gonna need part of that actually. We're gonna put in the shooting population, faction ID, and then we're gonna go faction data, faction name. I guess I'll do a colon. And then this, I think we can just copy to here. And we're going to add this in. It's kind of sloppy looking, but. Okay, so this is going to be shooter. Count your fingers. Faction data. You played any other good strategy games? I'm always looking for new ones, and I tried out a couple of new ones. There's that one we talked about a long time ago, Gilded whatever, keeps talking about like they're coming out soon. It's not in my library. Gilded Destiny 2025. We're in 2025. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And Hooded Horses, usually their games are pretty like good. There's that Clockwork, whatever it's called. I also getting shot at. Getting shot at faction. I also downloaded that. I think I streamed that game. Faction data, faction name. What is your? We need a plus or something over here. We need a this and a plus. And whoops. This actually needs to be here. There we go. Endless Legend 1 a while ago. I played that ages ago, like forever ago. That's the one that has like the sort of cards for combat, or is that a different one? Endless. Fuck is this? Endless Legend. Oh no, I'm thinking of a completely different one. Oh, I played this. I think I streamed this game too. I wasn't into it that much. I wasn't into the combat. Oh wait, did I stream this? This doesn't look familiar. Maybe I played it for 3 hours and never played it again. Endless. Did I never play it? Doesn't it usually tell you? I never installed it. I guess. So no, I didn't play that game. Endless Sky. Why would I have never installed it? It's like right here it says I only played this one for 32 minutes. Endless Space 2. I played this one for 12 hours. These are all related, right? Well, this one isn't in capital. Endless Sky is the one I think I'm thinking about with the cards. No. Oh, no. This is that. Endless Sky is the roguelike. Yeah, I can't. There's this one that has the combat. You play these cards, and I wasn't that into the card concept. Like you have your ships, and they'll fight normally, but then you also play these like strategy cards, and I really like did not like it. Um, okay, so we have this getting shot at. Oh, we're gonna need to put this up here. That was endless space. Yeah, I don't know why it like rubbed me the wrong. It wasn't that, I think they originally released that the the card thing and it was much more critical and then they kind of mellowed it out a little bit like they like balanced it and it wasn't that bad, but I think at the beginning it was like pretty insane. Um we need this. Actually, I can just copy this exact thing right here. Um I should give that a shot again too because I like a space game. I like space games a lot. And this is shooting population. So we need this shooting faction. Let's put these together. Where to go? Copy this to here. Plus, I need some other things here. Here. Didn't I just bring this out? Oh, you got to be all the way up there, huh? We could bring them both up there, I suppose. Man, that is some confusing shit, though. Yeah, we should probably rewrite this and have like an attacker and a defense and a defender type thing. All right. Now let's see what this looks like. Yeah, so I remember the graphics being really good. I can't remember besides the card thing. Besides the card thing, I don't remember that much. How the combat was. Wasn't the graphics in the combat actually pretty good? All right. So what time is it? It's 1300. The shipbirds, Rebecca Morgan, has hits. I don't like the term has hit. Larry Cooper, who's this defender here, has failed their cool roll. Morale lost. Larry Cooper has hit. I like that. I do like that this is up here much better. Has failed their cool roll. Yeah, this is so much better. It's just so confusing before. Except, no, this is right. So see, each side got their turn. So Larry Cooper's the defender. He got his turn first, and he missed. And then the attacker, even though it's the same time, they both get a turn. It just that was the sound effect. Rebecca, so then has hits. I don't like that. We got to change that. And then it says that the defender, yeah, this is so much better. I mean, it wasn't that bad before, but holy shit, this is way better. I mean, it still sucks, but it's still better than it was. That is so much better. Okay. We also could just put the faction name up here. Oh, this is wrong. This is the wrong person. Let's fix that real quick. I just have the wrong. Yeah, it's right here. This should be shooting. Oh, wait. Shooting. Wait, shooter does make more sense. Okay, we'll leave that as shooter. Faction dater. What is this? Where does it say has failed their cool roll? Getting shot at faction. Oh no, this might be because. So the Larry Cooper isn't a shipper. He's a AI faction too. So Defender getting shot at faction data. Let's double check here. Shooting population. This should be getting shot at. All right, let's see if that fixed it. How old is that game? I guess I could have just looked, but I don't feel like it's that old, but it might be pretty old. I'm going to take a break here in a second. Diplomacy. Spawn you. So what's going to happen is because we have all the subordinates that I need to get in here and all of the defense, like when we have the stack of 2, is that timestamp will have like a bunch more people in it. Okay, so this looks better. Earl Stewart, I guess we can make sure. This is wrong too, but we can hover over that guy. We need to have. I don't know how we're going to do that. Or, I know how we're going to do it. I don't know. 2014? Wow. No, I definitely should. It's funny that I never. Oh, what about Endless Legend? Here, I got it right here. 2014 as well. I wonder why I never played this. Maybe I just never got around it. You know how like sometimes with Steam games you install them or you add them to your thing and then you don't get a chance to actually you get sidetracked and then forget they exist. What the fuck was I just gonna do? Oh yeah, we gotta add make the visiting army show up in the county list. Show up below the. I think it's just turned off. Below the county. Might be turned off, or I might have deleted it because we were gonna get rid of that, but then I'm back to like it. Below the county control, county info control. I'm gonna go take a break real quick. I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me just click this thing and this thing. Let me click this thing. Move to top. And let me pause my music that you guys can't hear. And let me throw my break timer. And I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And everything's in a different spot now. So when I go to click things, I'm like, wait, where's my chat? All right, what the fuck were we doing here? So that looks a lot better. We did that. We're double checking that this worked. All right, so the confusing part actually is less confusing now in here. All right, we need to add in, since this is working, we need to add it. Well, we need to test what happens actually. We already added it in, not the subordinates, but we did add in if we need to win this battle, and then this guy's gonna run away. Now he should go over here and we should fight both of them. So let's see what happens here. Well, people are missing. Who is the name of our person? The name of our person. I'm glad I put these tooltips in. It doesn't work with this thing though. Earl Stewart is our person's name. Earl Stewart hits. So I see Elizabeth Washington fighting a lot. I don't see Lewis Young. Oh, there's Lewis Young. So Lewis Young, let's look at 2100 here. We're doing some night fighting. So we only have 2 entries for 2100. We should have 3. We should have Lewis Young and Elizabeth Washington fighting here. And it looks to me like we always only have 2 entries. So this one now has no, that's the same people. I thought I saw Elizabeth somewhere else. We do have, she jumps in later. Which one were we fighting first? So she jumped in later, which is kind of weird. Let's see what's going on there. So we're supposed to, every hour, we go. Oh, this probably needs to change too. What does it say over here? I wasn't looking. Douglas is trying to recruit people? Who the fuck is Douglas? That must be you. No, who the fuck is Douglas? Oh, that's the name of the county. We should probably put the person. Is this Douglas? Yeah, they're still trying to recruit too. So I'm going to put a note in that. We need to stop recruiting when in combat. Oh, right. We created that status thing. Well, I guess we only used it once. We'll have to deal with that too. Because in reality, the person who ran away should probably get some morale checks again when they run away. When someone runs away from combat, they're willing to fight bull, should get thrown to false. Put these at the top. Come on, man. Okay. So, what's going on here? At this point, this should be is willing to fight. Why would that have changed? I don't think it did change. We might have to double check that. We could put a breakpoint in here. But it goes through heroes and county. Let's put a breakpoint right here. Let's actually put it here. One bummer is we're gonna have to go through it a lot of times. County attacker. Oh, wait. This needs to be updated to population data. This needs to be updated to population data. We need to add in some sort of random attack. Who they're shooting at is random. All right, we'll add that to the list too. We might put in the actual. I know that we're not on the war part, but we actually might put in damage to their hit points too. Might as well since we're here. What the fuck was I just gonna do? Oh, make the attacking and defending heroes shoot at random-ish people. Currently, they're just gonna shoot at the same person every time. And this, if we add in the hit points thing, then we'll be kind of half done with combat for a while. Because we just need like a basic thing to run right now. But right now they're going to shoot at... I don't think this is going to work. I think we need to... Where are we getting this attacker select token? That's what I have selected somewhere. I guess we should do that now. I think that's actually the problem. Let's do this. We'll do this thing immediately. Okay, so we have... So if this person's willing to fight, if this population is willing to fight, we need them to attack someone, but we need it to be a random person in this list. Or sorry, in this list. So we need to go... I bet you there's an easy way to do this. This is a C# list. This is a Godot list. How do I get a random index from a Godot collections dot array? Okay, so it's just this. I was like, there's got to be a, like my, you know, if I don't use the same thing every once in a while, then if I don't use things every once in a while, I do not, I think we already have a random at the top. We do. This is going to be this. Nope, it's going to be this. I would like to put in some sort of stealth mechanic, defending mechanic. Then what we would do... So this... Wait, is this backwards? This is the defender. Shooting population is... This guy is shooting because he gets the attack first. Oh. Maybe we do need that as attacker thing. Then we need this to be, I think I have that on my clipboard already. Random index. Okay. I do love that writer does this. Getting shot at is this person. So then we're going to do the same thing down here. But this is going to be this one. And then this one. This isn't going to quite work. We're going to have some temporary lists for when we do the subordinates, because the subordinates are going to add a lot more people to this combat. This is going to be kind of a clusterfuck, honestly, with these logs. It's going to be kind of hard to read the logs. I know I just said how much I like the new ones, but it's going to still be kind of, you know, we could have a bar that's like going up and, you know, like that's slow. Well, we have the numbers. This is just for if you want to get into the nitty gritty, I guess. I really wish that we could make that scroll. We can. Where do I have that? You know, it's on the list. I know it's on the list. We'll worry about it later. I was going to try to fix it. It's we need to make it so that it excludes the scrolly wheel part. What happened there? Okay. Declare war. Spawn. Attack. Everyone. Well, when we declared war, everyone appears. The combat has started. This one doesn't matter. We know this one works. Dude, come on. This is us. We should probably have a tooltip on here, too. Dude. Jimmy. Jimmy is missing. We can't get any information about Carol. Oh, we can right here. Oh, that doesn't close. Let's fix that. Put that on the list too. We're finding all sorts of shit on this old. When you go to the population description panel, when the battle log control is open, the battle log control doesn't close automatically. Whoops. Old code, you know? What is your rifle is 15. Okay, let's restart. Make sure that this isn't a permanent problem, and we gotta declare war. I don't think we have a thing in either for when you declare war when somebody's already in there. Sneak attack. Okay, I think we have some other problem here that's wrong. Because we're always losing. And this person isn't losing any. I thought this was our defender. So probably one of these is probably backwards, maybe. So this is where this is hourly combat hero. So this is the defender. And we want the visiting hero random index. And we have the population data in there. So this is the shooting. And they're shooting. So then this is the visiting army list. And then this is the population data. If they're willing, win all battles. County attacker select token population data. Visiting army. This is only going to work if we're attacking. We could also just go population data right here to make sure this is right, because we're going through each of those. The shooting. Oh, this is backwards. The shooting population should be like that. So the shooting population is shooting at the heroes. And we need to reset all of the heroes. That was that. Man, now my like YouTube thumbnail is going to show Hearts of Iron or something, or some brony thing. It's going to be quite strange. All right. I'll have to adjust it later. I let it do its auto thumbnail thing because I'm too lazy to make my own thumbnails. Okay, so that's definitely going down. We don't care about this though just yet. Yeah, see, so he's landed some hits, but we have that cheat on. So here is where we're chasing this person. We're gonna have to go to here, and this will be the real test. We need one click to go through. Okay, so we should see now 3 people. I gotta change this has hit bullshit. Oh, I tried to use the scroll wheel again. So we have, yep, three events that happened at the same time. So Amanda Bennett has hit. They failed their cool. Morale it lost 9 morale. Shirley Morris has hit. And there's only one person. Eric Green is the only person over there. So they both shot him. He lost some more morale. Eric Green has hit, but then Amanda Bennett passed her cool. So let's go to the next one and we'll double check. There's 3. Yeah, this is so much easier to read this way. We have this bar up here though that we're gonna need to get rid of. I hid the one thing, but Eric Green missed. That's our guy. Wait, is this the wait? Yeah, I think we were on 200 20 o'clock. Hit, lost morale. Wow, he's getting annihilated. And then he missed. If we weren't cheating. And then Amanda is not scared. So yeah, what we'll have to do, we'll definitely do these whatchamacallits. So that's right. We're going to definitely do, we're going to add damage. Add damage to, so there's going to be basically two different types of hits. I think we'll do like a hit where it's like a close hit, and then there's a hit where it actually hits the person. So like they're getting shot at and it's close versus getting actually hit, because these will be untrained combat. So there will be 2 different types of hits. One will be a hit, but just morale damage, and the other will be a hit point damage. So the idea being that these are amateurs fighting this battle, and the minute the bullet starts zinging by their head, they run away. That's literally what and then later, as they improve their cool and whatnot, they'll be able to last longer in combat, and they'll be able to win battles and stuff. But at the beginning, you're just a bunch of amateurs firing away. Your guys are not trained combatants, though you could get some random people, and that would change how you play the game. Like, let's say you get some random people that are good at combat. You might be like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to go all in with the war at the beginning. Okay, so I want to fix that one thing that says has hit, because it's driving me nuts. And then I think I'm going to call it a day. Where was that? That was under battle control. No, that was under attack. Oh, which is right here. Has hit. Let's change this. So one of the things I don't want to do, I guess it's not running anymore, but where it says that like they're passing skill checks and stuff, I kind of think that I don't want to say that in the front end of the game that the player sees, because I think that's kind of I mean, we have it here, but I think eventually we'll want to take all that out and make it more more immersive. I think this is telling me to make this an exclamation point. Yeah. So let's change this for now. Let's just change this to attack has hit. Phrase attack has hit. And then we'll go attack has hits. And do I have like an exclamation point at the end of the shit? Has hit. I don't. For some reason, I was thinking I did. Translate. We're going to push code too. I know I've been streaming a little less lately, hour-wise. But like I said, I'm burned out, but I want to keep working this. I was actually thinking about hiring someone to help me out. Put some hours in. Whoops. I don't know what it would cost, though. And I have limited money, of course. Everyone has limited money. I feel like attack has hit. I feel like with the way inflation and prices are going up so ridiculously, though, that like your money's losing value every fucking second. Okay, so I think that will be better. Has hit. It's not attack has hit, because it's, yeah. That one word will make it more pop out compared to just has hit, because I keep looking at it and thinking it says that they were hit. So on this battle log control, I hid the defender title, but I see that blank spot. Aha. This must be in the margin container. Do we even need this margin container anymore? We don't. We'll hide this. Okay, so that will and then tomorrow we'll probably delete a bunch of this crap. because this is working, and I think it works way better. I wonder if I thought about doing it just one line before. Go back in the tapes 2 years ago. The tapes, yeah, the tapes. Okay, we have a bunch of shit. I'm just gonna double check that I moved everything up. Only add nearby factions. Yeah, that's gonna be a key thing. And maybe we'll have it so that, like, here, I'll put a note in here. Maybe we'll have it so, like, as you learn about more factions, you get more access to them. Maybe have it so that as you learn about more factions, they are added to your diplomacy matrix. Kind of like how Total War does it. Because at the beginning, I don't think you don't have. No, you definitely do not. In Total War, you definitely do not have a list of all of the factions, and as you go along, that has nothing to do with what we are currently doing. But we have a few things that I added to this list. I think we just did that. I have a note in here what I'm talking about. I think we did that. That was that plus thing. Maybe we'll check real quick on this morale tooltip. I have no idea where that was. Tooltip. Oh yeah, it was one of these. Equals morale. For each one of these, we add it together. I bet you there's like a math.average thing. Let's see. I mean, we just need to divide it by C# math average. Link. Numbers. Oh, you can just put a. Huh. Are they ints? I mean, we can just divide it to. So we have this big thing, and then we put in here average morale. Oh wait. That's the string. And then we'll put an ints because we don't want it to be a float. Equals morale divided by get the fuck out of here. What list are we doing? Okay, so I was like, wait, we don't have the thing, that we don't have the actual hero here, but we do. The counts plus 1, and that should give us a real average morale here. Average. There we go. Yep. Okay. So I'm not even test it because I'm so confident. Okay, we'll test it. Then we'll push the code. I don't remember what branch we're on. Something that probably says diplomacy, even though it's not. So we're gonna spawn this guy. He should just be 100. We got a bug. What did that say? Attempt to divide by 0. There is 0 there, but what about the plus 1? Right, exactly. Exactly. Just I think I needed that in whatchamacallits there. vibes. So I read this thing where, you know, that everyone calls when you like program with um AI, they call it vibe coding. And okay, so that's fine. Uh and it turns out the guy who invented that was actually using that term to kind of diss the concept, but everyone took it and started using it as like a, man, I'm vibe coding, but he was just basically saying it's not that useful. All right, let's push this code. Let's see here. We need to go over here. No new files. We worked on battle control and updated and added so all defender heroes and all defender and attacker heroes engage in combat. Subordinates are not included yet. That's a long comment, but what is the name? War diplomacy is the name of our branch here. Yeah, that's a long comment. But I noticed that when I was trying to find that commit the other day, my commit notes were not very good. They did not help me. All right, I think we're all set. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, most likely. Thank you for dropping by. Nice to see you again, Lord Mac. And I will talk to you later. Have a good existence.